conclude our discussion on the growth of chocolate dreams and how it has benefited from various initiatives undertaken by the Tourism Enhancement Fund, the TEF, through the Tourism Linkages Network.
And Saga have gone to get Krishna.
Yes.
Niranjan is in critical condition. We cannot wait any longer. They should come immediately.
Why won't you do the test? Tell me, Kashish, why won't you do it?
Because I'm not pregnant, Ganga.
I cannot allow a liar like you to live in my house. Get out of here right now.
The Chaturvedis will never be able to guess who is behind all of this. And hats off to you, Yash.
Yash, get in the car. Then our driver is going to take you straight to your daughter.
Brought to you by
Hyundai or Hyundai.
Thanks so much for joining us for CVM News at noon for Tuesday, July 29, 2025. I'm Carolyn Brown. A gas station supervisor is facing fraud charges after more than $1.3 million reportedly went missing from the service station where she worked in Portmore, St. Catherine. 28-year-old Zasha McLeod of Lloyd Road, Kingston 16, has been charged with embezzlement following an investigation by the Portmore police. Now, reports indicate between May 19 and June 11, McLeod and another supervisor collected over $1.3 million in payments for gas and issued receipts bearing her signature. However, it was later discovered the funds were never deposited into the company's account. Now, when questioned by management, McLeod denied any wrongdoing and subsequently resigned. Her co-accused, in the meantime, fled the establishment. Now, a police report was filed, and following investigations, McLeod was taken into custody and charged after a question and answer session conducted in the presence of her attorney. Transport Minister Darrell Vaz is urging politicians to avoid politicizing the rural school bus store. Photos have appeared showing what seemed to be JLP supporters aboard the school bus, sparking concerns from the opposition and members of the public. In a statement issued today, Vaz says the buses are meant to benefit all children, regardless of political affiliation. He states the program was designed to help parents save on transportation, make that transportation costs, and should not be used as a tool for political gain. Minister Vaz noted the ministry has a duty to respond to requests from elected members of parliament to showcase the buses' safety and functionality within their communities. Political tension is rising in Manchester Central. Member of Parliament Rhoda Moy Crawford is taking her political counterpart to task after her campaign posters were reportedly destroyed by vandals on Sunday. The MP stresses this isn't the first time, but she insists she will not relent.
All my constituents, this is not the politics I practice or represent. In 2020, we had a very clean and peaceful election. We don't want this in our constituency. We do not want this kind of activity in Manchester Central. And one thing I want to make very clear, we are not faced, the Re-elect Rhoda campaign, we are not faced by these actions, and this will not derail our efforts.
And the Minister with responsibility for water, Matthew Samuda, says the government will be commissioning multiple supplies of water throughout the parish of Portland. Speaking at the JLP East and West Portland Gospel Concert on the weekend, Samuda says the JLP's work is evident, sparking a sense of confidence in light of the upcoming elections.
Minister Daryl Vaz, Minister Anti-Badmine will be commissioning the new Eden water supply for $43 million and the Cascade water supply for $30 million Jamaican dollars. It is because we have worked hard. It is because several 100,000 people that didn't have water now have water. So labor rights will now come to the people like we beggy. We have come to them and say, we start the work. We are do the work. We are fix your problems. But give a little more time so we can complete the job ahead.
Meanwhile, Evan Rosemary Shaw, in reflecting on the People's National Party's social programs of old, says the party has historically catered towards the nation's needs. She adds, upon regaining power, the Golding-led administration will restore a sense of decency to the country, as she spoke to PNP supporters at a parish meeting.
When we were placing people, they were placed at the Princess Margaret Hospital. Youngsters were placed at the tax office. We had Jamal that Michael Manley brought in. They were placed there. Eastern St. Thomas and Western St. Thomas. I am imploring you tonight to bring back a semblance of order and decency to this parish.
The education system is structured in a way where children must be promoted from primary to secondary schools, oftentimes without meeting the requisite standards. That's a topic explored on CVM's lead story recently, as immediate past president of the Caribbean Association of Principals, Dr. Diane Abel-Jeffrey, expressed schools across the Caribbean are experiencing the same challenges.
The schools throughout this region, are facing the same problems. We have the challenges of getting our students to perform at the top, especially in mathematics. It is not just about certification anymore. It is also about being able to function effectively, to carry out the tasks that they are expected to carry out to ensure that society performs excellently.
Yes.
There needs to be a broader focus so that the students who are now entering secondary school, it doesn't matter how well they perform or how badly they perform, but they are going to secondary, they need to be exposed to much more than the academics so that they will be able to perform better.
As more persons directly associated with transportation begin to pay attention to the reality, a school bus system will indeed take effect across the island for the new school term. They are adding to the discussions. For example, taxi operators who ply the Duncans to Falmouth route in Trelawney, while welcoming the initiative, are now arguing a lack of consultation and the anticipated drop in student commuters could significantly impact their earnings.
It's a great challenge on us, and there were no dialogue with us. They just went and just do their thing. So it tells me that they don't cater for us as taximen out here, because when they gone with the bulk of children, them Duncans have the most taxis so far, right? And it is challenging already. So when they come now and carrying all the children there, what are we supposed to do? So it tells us clearly that the government doesn't care about us as taximen.
The European Union Universal Service Fund, USF, has launched a short video competition to promote digital excellence and foster critical ICT skills among high school students across Jamaica. The students are now getting a chance to showcase their creativity and digital skills.
This could be a monumental breakthrough for Seafort High. The students have been doing extremely well in various ICT projects like coding and so forth. And when we were presented with the idea of entering into this competition, I said, all right, the EU have been doing an excellent job, the universal service fund in terms of digital inclusion and all of that. So it was so easy for us to be a part of that.
For me, the competition has taught me how to edit, how to act in, how to write scripts and so on. And it was, we had some rough times, but
you persevered. Yeah. Fires have been reported on sections of Waltham Park Road. We will come back with more details on that for you. It's something we must tell you about. We'll go to a short break. We'll be right back.
Hey Jerry, what's up?
I really think you should look into adding Island Next Unlimited Internet as a reliable backup for your home and office. We can come over and we'll talk more.
How fast can you get?
That fast.
But how fast is Island Next broadband? Fast enough people business fast?
Nope.
Fast enough for your fast?
Nope.
How about fiber fast?
But not that kind of fiber.
They use fast broadband to provide reliability. Experience the lightning fast wireless broadband and reliable business services.
Save when you charge your electric vehicle with JPS. It's even more affordable than gas. Our Charge and Go network offers the fastest electric vehicle chargers, so you can power up in as little as 30 minutes. With over 39 charging points island-wide, you'll always find a convenient place to shop, eat, work, or relax while you recharge. The Charge Lab app and Charge and Go RFID card make it easy to pay and track your charge right from your phone. Start Charge. Learn more at jps.com/charge and go.
From politics to global events, from social issues to breaking news, Lead Story Prime dives deeper, cuts through the noise, and uncovers the stories that shape your world. Join us every Tuesday at 8 p.m. for Lead Story Prime with me, George Davis, for an hour of incisive analysis, expert interviews, and unparalleled coverage of the issues you care about. Lead Story Prime, your front row seat to the most compelling discussions. Lead Story Prime, where the truth comes first. Only on CVM TV.
Turbulence to future, I'm have to end that CVM. See it happen. We've got the love others are searching for. I'm still loving you, even though you're gone. I could have been one of the most notorious. Keep it royal. Give thanks and praise for life. Thank you very much. Go bang! Bang, bang.
Join us next week when we conclude our discussion on the growth of chocolate dreams and how it has benefited from various initiatives undertaken by the Tourism Enhancement Fund, the TEF, through the Tourism Linkages Network.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's a live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah. Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
the internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
I'm not here to take someone's place. I am Ganga, and I have my own identity. Radhika needs you now. Please sit with her and go assure her that no matter what happens, you will never leave her side.
Handling the accounts of this is my responsibility. I will find out why this money is unaccounted for.
You have one night to make sure that you carry out your duties properly, Shiv, because from tomorrow, you will no longer have a role to play here.
No one is allowed to touch Parvati's things no matter what. No one at all. Least of all you.
Ganga.
Brought to you by
Hyundai or Hyundai. Attention registered voters! Remember to collect your renewed voter ID card before the upcoming general elections. If you registered to vote in 2016 or after and did not get your new ID card, it may have been automatically renewed. Simply visit your EOJ constituency office to collect your voter ID card. Contact the Electoral Office of Jamaica at 888-991-VOTE or 922-0425-9 for more information.
The time by Subaru is 12:15.
Thanks for staying with us. Let's just carry on. Anemia affects thousands of Jamaicans, but many are still unaware of the symptoms, the causes and the risks, especially when it comes to sickle cell anemia and low blood count. And so we're now joined by Dr. Kimon Young, who will help us to understand the differences between these conditions, how they impact daily lives, and what we can do to manage them through diet and lifestyle. Dr. Young, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, good afternoon. I am happy to be here with you guys. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for asking. First, let's just try to quickly distinguish between general anemia, sickle cell anemia, and simply having a low blood count.
Okay, no problem. So a low blood count is anybody, male or female, if they have a blood count less than 11. Blood counts for men are a little higher than women because we know that as women we have our menstrual periods. So on average, a normal blood count for a woman is anywhere between 10 to 12. For a man, that would be 13 to 15. So a low blood count is anybody who goes below their average. So for a man, anything below 13. For a woman, anything below 10. In terms of differentiating between a low blood count and anemia, low blood count can be as a result of acute causes, meaning it is something happening at this time to contribute to why your blood count is low, whether that is blood loss or that's an infection. Now, anemia is truly defined when you look at the indices for the red blood cell. There are two particular indices that we look at to tell whether or not there are small red blood cells or large red blood cells. And based on that definition that I will now give those names, hypochromic, hyperchromic, microcytic or macrocytic, meaning large or small, we're then able to determine what kind of anemia it is. And then you have the special one, which is sickle cell anemia, which is more so Caribbean based. That is because of a malformation of the red blood cells. So as the name suggests, the red blood cell that's usually like a small donut now has a sickle shape. So that's what sickle cell anemia, and that is usually hereditary or genetic. And that's usually when patients also have other manifestations of their low blood count. So it's not just anemia, they will have systemic conditions that will then make them sickle cell anemia. There are other types of anemia as well. For example, your beta thalassemias and other genetic related anemias that exist as well. And you have anemias also related to cancers themselves.
Why is it so important, you think, for us to know the differences between these variations? Why is it important for us to know the differences? Because you told us so many different things just now. Why do we ought to know?
It's important. Why should we know the differences between the types of anemia? Sometimes your blood count is simply low because of what is happening at the time. versus when it is something that is genetic. And you need to know, because if it is something that needs to be treated, you should take care of that, because low blood count can lead to other things. Let's say, for example, you are pregnant and you have a low blood count. You put your child at risk for getting preterm issues, early preterm deliveries, low birth weight. For an adult who has low blood count, that can mean you will feel dizzy or symptomatic, extreme fatigue. You can have weight loss, because the type of anemia is related to its cause. So figuring out why you're anemic is important, because you may have some old persons as well who are anemic, meaning that they're 60s, 70s, and they begin to have a low blood count, and that might be the first sign of a cancer that is being formed. So